Okay, cool. So weirdly, the first question I want to ask you is, what made you come up with the name Cluster B Milkshake?
Um, well, when I was gonna start my channel, you have to think of a cool name, right? And then I didn't want, uh, because narcissism is so stigmatized and, demonic portrayed out there and everything. So I was kind of scared to put narcissist female or something, because I felt like people were just going to come at me. And because I have crossover traits, from the different cluster B, I was like, well, that's like a milkshake, because you throw different things into your milkshake, right? And so since it's a cluster B disorder and there's different traits mixed in, not just the base of narcissism, so I'll just throw, I'm a milk. Yeah. And I call other people milkshakes too, because some people, let's just say, and this has been said, okay, by professionals, that when you have a cluster B disorder, personality disorder, you do have traits from other things. And it could be even cluster A, cluster C, it can be ADHD, it can be autism, anything. So everybody has their own milkshake, So that's what I tell them. I'm like, you're a milkshake too. We're all milkshakes, man. Later on, I realized it might be a little bit harder to find me on the internet, cluster B milkshake. A lot of people don't know what cluster B means. They only know what narcissist is. So whatever. I'm not changing it. I'm not changing it.
I love it. I love it. It's very catchy. Actually, in India, I think most people don't even know what narcissism is.
Yeah?
Yeah, they have no clue. Because they will, and a few people that do, they will just be like, okay, the people like love themselves too much. And I'm like, there's just so much wrong with the information. Okay, actually, why don't we start with the basis? Like you tell me what narcissism is, because it's going on recording. So according to you, okay, because I've seen every person has a different version of what that means. Okay, why don't you tell me what narcissism is?
On the internet, everybody thinks that a narcissist is, the a-hole disorder, because narcissistic people, we're very avoidant in our relationships. Everybody goes through the honeymoon stage. Both partners are putting on, their best foot forward and everything. And after, when things start getting not so idealized for both of you, and things are getting into normalcy, a narcissist grew up with childhood trauma, and normal is not normal for us. And so this is when all of our defenses are going to come out. And real love isn't real, to us. So that's where you get the a-hole-ness, coming in. A lot of people in the DSM-5, you only see the grandiose traits, you don't see the underlying cause. So basically, a lot of people will see the overt grandiosity and not understand what's driving it underneath. So low self-esteem, we're projecting the opposite, out there, but we're covering all this damage, this childhood, inner child damage underneath. And they're just seeing how we're reacting. Remember, we're like toddlers, right? We want to be the best of the best. We're entitled to be treated a certain way. Our grandiose features will come out, and these are unconscious things, I'm better than everybody else. My brain almost switches into this, superhero feeling, and I will push down and not even see any of my shame, nothing. A lot of us who don't know who we are, we'll like get sad and stuff about things that happen. It's always your fault, or it's always the world's fault that these things are happening. We don't self-reflect. We don't know that we have all this shame. We push that down, and then we're going to project that you're the broken one. You're the one that's failing us. It's the real mind F. I don't know if I can cuss on here. I'm trying to be good.
You can. I wanted to say that on text as well. You can cuss. Not a problem.
Okay. And I know that, the way that I get information across, I try to get it across not on a scientific level. I try to use real life circumstances, with it. But because my feelings had to be removed as a child just to survive in my environment, as a kid, this is how a narcissist becomes void. Our parents wanted us to be who they wanted us to be. So we would be shamed for any authentic feelings that we wanted to, explore and be and find our own selves. And we're, shamed for those things. Or we're pushed to either be like our parents, like the things they like, behave, we can't. So we're like kids, now we have to mask up for our parents. And then we take all of those features into our adult life. So, I have to be the comedian to be liked. Some people have to be really smart to be liked. Some people, shut down all of their feelings. So, I can make a joke about my childhood trauma and everything because I had to remove any vulnerable feelings because I was shamed for crying. I was shamed for having anybody, if I was trying to show that I'm hurt or my parent did something hurtful to me, I would be blame shift, I'm the bad kid. And I was a bad kid. I did bad kid things. Because how some parents, they'll have a really good kid who does whatever the parent wants or whatever.
The perfect kid?
The perfect kid, the golden child will do whatever the parent wants or whatever. Or the kid who turns into a codependent and a people pleaser, they're going to do whatever the parent wants or whatever. And then you have the kid like me who's going to rebel against everything that you're trying to push on me. I'm going to strip any good feelings that I have about myself just so I can combat the parental unit, So I'm going to have all this underlying anger. I'm going to always be looking for the threat. How is mom acting today? How is she going to be when she walks through the door? And I'm already in combat mode. So a lot of people, they'll be like walking on eggshells around their parent. And for me, because my mother had borderline flavor to her, that she's going to walk on eggshells around me. And I've watched videos, old childhood videos and everything. And I saw my grandiosity, my entitlement. Oh my God, I was such an abusive asshole to my sister. Because I'll have memories of this and then I'm watching it. It's very cringy. when you're you know? And I'm just like, oh my God, this is so gross. But then, now my mother doesn't want to take, she'll say, I'm sorry for, childhood this. I totally understand. My father was not awesome. He was a drug addict and a drunk, and he isolated himself away from my sister and I when we would go visit. He would say he'd love us, but he would go. So that's my sister's and my abandonment.
Okay.
Yeah, because, he would say, but he wouldn't show. Okay. So our little brains are growing, into this, okay, love is abandonment. So now my sister and I are going to be attracted to unavailable men. Then we have a mom who her moods are all over the place and stuff, and how I'm always combating against that. So all of my defenses also are going to come out in relationships if you disrespect me, if I feel, we project and don't know it. And projecting is underlying childhood trauma. If I think my partner, like we're mind reading and shit, if I think my partner is doing something and I'm just making it up, I'll attack my partner instead of asking questions. I'm going to assume you're being a shady shit, even if I'm not being a shady shit, but I'm looking for a threat. I'm always looking for a threat. It's like, because I had to always look for a threat when I was young. So now I'm always looking for a threat in my people. This could be friends, coworkers, family, and then I'm going to act accordingly. This is going to cause my people to walk on eggshells around me, but I'm not doing it to make you walk on eggshells, to fuck with your head. Yes, I want you to be careful around me, but I'm not doing it as in a sadistic thing. So when people say narcissists are controlling, they're just mad because you're not under control. This is for real, yes. But the underlying cause of me trying to control my environment and trying to control you is so I feel safe. Don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with my head. Be careful what you say to me so I feel safe. And because not all narcissists have low empathy, but I do. And I can't connect to you and how you feel. So if I'm hurting you, I don't know I'm hurting you. I don't give a shit because that connection isn't there. So you're going to think that I'm this demonic, sadistic thing. And I'm just like, I don't even know I'm doing this to you. So a sadist hurts you on purpose because it brings them joy. I am unintentionally, I am not doing it to harm you. Unless I think that you're trying to hurt me, then I'm going to say something to really hurt you back. But that's not my intention. That's just a defense. It's really, it's total mindfuck for you, because this is my normal. This is my normal. The way I act, the way I react, the way, if I'm feeling uncomfortable, I'm feeling a ping of anxiety in my chest, and I have to fix the threat, which is you. You're the threat. So we will groom you, train you, but it's automatic. I go into any relationship And it's automatic. I am training you how to treat me. Now, that's healthy when you have healthy boundaries. Okay. You go into a relationship and you're supposed to teach somebody how to treat you. Okay. You're supposed to be saying, these are my boundaries, and you're going to stick to those boundaries. Right? And over time, a narcissistic person, if you don't leave us, if you do not keep that strong boundary, and every time I try to cross that boundary and you keep saying no, 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 you know, you're going to be devalued and stuff, and I'll just fucking get rid of you. Or you're going to be healthy enough to be like, you know, I don't like how I feel in this relationship. And because a narcissistic person, we don't self-reflect. So we both think each other's the problem. So either we're going to stay and fight all the time, or you're going to start to conform into my way, you know, so you'll stay. And you're staying because there's something in childhood with you that you were not getting from your toxic environment. And it can be as little as you were not emotionally validated as a child. Okay. So say, you know, you're doing like with your culture, your parents are, you have to be a certain way. I want you to go to school. I want you to do this. You do that. Everything's very rigid, right?
Yeah.
And you can't have thoughts and feelings for yourself. You have to be a certain way. Now, I'm not saying everyone, you know, in your culture is like this, of course, but I'm just
actually, most people are though. Most people are.
Okay. But you know, so you're gonna be attracted unconsciously to your parental figure, but you're going to be thinking, I'm going to fix my childhood this time. I'm going to get the love and validation I deserve. Now, you were attracted to your parent. They're not changing. They're not going to give you that validation either, but you love them, you know, and you're just like, but please, just, you know, can you see my point of view? Can you whatever? And you're going to stay in the relationship because you're going to keep begging and pleading or bitching, fighting, crying, something. Please see my side. And then if they have low empathy, they don't give a shit. If the parent laughed at them crying or didn't take care of their emotional needs, we felt like we were very weak as children. We were taught that we are weaklings to have vulnerable feelings. So I'm going to project that on you, and I'm going to say, you're the weak one. You're weak, you know, and that really sucks. That sucks for you because we don't know that we're doing that. We're protecting ourselves from feeling weak or vulnerable, you know. And then you got the other fucking narcissistic people that might have some more borderline flavor to them if they're always showing vulnerability overtly. Okay. So they're always, I'm depressed.
Oh, okay. Like the victim. Okay.
I'm so sad. Help me, fix me. Fix me with your love, fix me with your care. And then when you get those types of people, you're going to turn into the parent. You're going to turn into the parental figure, which you're always trying to take care of them and get their needs met. And you're like, love me. I'm taking care of you. Will you love me? They don't give a shit. They are just like, I'm getting my needs met from you. Thank you. Thank you. I ain't giving you nothing in return, you know? I'll give you some, you'll get upset, you'll get sad or whatever. And then that's when you're going to get breadcrumbed. Because I knew, I'm sorry, I'm not letting you speak.
Oh, no. Oh my God, no, I want you to speak.
Okay. And, you know, I notice these features about myself too, to where if my partner wasn't doing his job And your job is just take care of business in the relationship. Go to work, do what you're supposed to do whatever I want you to do, be grateful for the things that I do. But if I start unconsciously lacking in some areas of the relationship, I'll be like, and I see it in you. If I care about staying in the relationship, I'm going to breadcrumb you.
Okay.
So I'll give you a hug. I'll give you a kiss. I'll have sex with you. I'll spend, the evening sitting on the couch with you and watching some, movie, something where we don't have to talk, right? Mm-hmm. And just whatever. And then this is going to make you have good feelings about me again, because it's intermittent reinforcement. I am so dead and closed off. I'm not going to, I don't talk about my feelings or anything. You're not idealized anymore, because you're a character in my play. I have a script for you that you don't know about. Now, this is all unconscious, okay? I learned about this about myself, okay? So I have a script for you that you don't know about. You have to play the part I want you to play. Now, you're a human being. You have your own life. You have your own way of thinking. You have your own way of, your own hobbies, your friends, the way your opinions, things like that. And if you're not following the script, then you're going to be devalued. So now you're not the character that I wanted you to play. You're asserting your own things about you. I don't like it. And so you're going to be devalued over time. Mm-hmm. And that's when, maybe you're a narcissistic person. They're either going to push you away, or they're going to start nitpicking you, maybe using anger to try to get you to comply. Okay. I've seen people see, I would rather kill you with kindness than be a douchebag all the time. And I've seen narcissistic people where they can't control their anger, and they're always being very verbally abusive to their people, friends, family, partners, children, and they think that their anger is going to make somebody, control them. And it works a lot, I mean, you see all this domestic violence out there. If you don't walk on eggshells around me or do what I want, I'm going to kick your ass. Or if somebody has a death grip on their phone, or, they're fucking around with somebody else or whatever, having, grooming somebody else, or just getting attention from other people. And they're not, they don't care about these other people. They just want the self-esteem regulation. But if you're trying to come in to take us away from our self-esteem, regulation from somebody else, we're going to attack you. We're going to attack you. You're too sensitive. You're insecure. You're this, that, and the other thing. And we're going to try to make you feel very small. So we just keep getting what we want. We only want our needs met. You want your needs met too. But we don't care about your needs unless we're just going to breadcrumb you, some attention or whatever. And I really didn't give a shit about a lot of getting my husband's needs met. I didn't give a shit. I was like, I'm cooking. I hate sex, and I'm having sex with you. Be grateful, fucker. Be grateful. Kiss my ass, because I'm just this complete void. I hate that you want all of these things from me that I can't give you. It's not my partner's fault. You know, it's not my partner's fault that he wants a normal relationship. But here I am saying that is too much for me to give. And I'm masking up for you all the time when you're around me. It is so uncomfortable masking up for somebody, your partner, because you're in my face all the time. You know, this is why people do, they kind of like long distance relationships.
Okay.
Because they don't have to mask up for you all the time. They just have to mask up for you a little bit. And then they can be as fake as fuck, you know, for you to still be attached to them and stuff, you know, online. This is why I always say you want to speed up the breakup, move in together, because you're going to see all of their anxieties and everything coming out on you. Their anger is going to protect the inner child, you know, the broken inner child. Their anger, there's the mask that everybody sees. I'm going to be whatever so I can get positive attention. Underneath that is going to be the anger that's protecting the vulnerable state. You know, you'll sometimes see somebody, like if they get drunk and shit, people need to realize that a drunk narcissist crying about their inner child shit or saying, oh, I love you, blah, blah, blah. That's fucking great and everything, but that feeling is gone once we sober up. We're still not going to give you what you want. You know, we're not going to give you because we're very defensive. Our walls are up, man. And just because that beverage lowered that shit, that is, we're disgusted with ourselves that we showed that weakness. And sometimes we're going to punish you for seeing that because we're so ashamed that we let that shit slip. Okay. So we'll either pull away or we're going to treat you bad to make you go away.
Okay.
When that happens. I'm sure I was all over the place with that, but
no, actually, that you covered a lot of things. Actually, I love that.
okay.
But actually, what's very interesting to me is you say all this and you're very self-aware. So isn't it like hard because you know what you're doing? Like, doesn't it get even harder after you're self-aware?
Well, I don't. Fuck yeah, dude. Learning
You have to like play the victim. Like now you know. Like I have to take accountability at least in here. Like I'm doing something wrong. You know.
Sometimes the only thing is I'm learning about myself new things, you know, all the time. Just like, you know, I'll have these aha moments and be like, oh my God, you know, I did that, you know, and then I'm just like, shit. And, you know, I can take accountability after the fact, but sometimes I can't take accountability in the moment because I'm doing everything automatically. And it's really hard trying to figure myself out, you know, myself. It's like, why do I do these things? Why am I acting? Okay, my person is being a shit and everything happens like that, you know? So you're doing something, I react. And what I have to learn is don't react right away, you know? And that's really hard when my whole life is reactive. I'm just reacting. So I feel really messed up when I'm with a partner because now it's like, am I being fake? Because I'm trying to be different. Is this a different mask? Am I being, you know, okay, I'm keeping myself from ripping my partner apart. And sometimes, you know, I would project and I wouldn't know I'm projecting. And then I would feel really like shit afterwards. But when I was unaware, of my pathological narcissism, everything's your fault anyways. So if I would project something on you, there's no accountability to be taken because it's your fault. You did the thing. I don't know about projections. So I'm just like, you're the piece of shit. You made me feel this way. So I'm going to punish you for that. Don't do it again, type thing. So now being aware, you know, if I would cycle through one of these moments, being aware, I would have to sit in my shame feelings, you know, I'd have to sit there and be like, oh God, this fucking sucks. And then I would have to apologize, and let them know that it was not them. So if a narcissistic person comes to you and they're like, I'm sorry. What? That doesn't mean fucking nothing. You know, you have to say, why are you sorry? I'm sorry that I yelled at you, but why did you yell? Well, because you did this. Okay, so you're still blaming me. Why? You know, okay, I'm angry. I yelled at you. I got triggered because when you said this, it reminded me of something that my mom would criticize me about all the time. And, you know, that takes a lot of self-reflection. And I've been working on my thoughts for straight every day for a couple years. That I don't think there's, you know, some people go to therapy once a week, twice a week, once a month, something. I'm doing therapy on myself while I'm on my waiting list to have a narcissistic therapist, you know, help me the fuck out.
Oh, nice.
But every day, you know, I'm researching every day. I'm self-reflecting. Have I ever done that? Do I feel these things? Do I go into these states? Why do I go into these states? And then I'm trying to, you know, red string it around, you know, in my head, in the room in my head, trying to connect the dots. Now, when I'm in a relationship, the first relationship I've been self-aware in, I'm doing this inside my head the whole time I'm with him. So I don't feel like I can always relax, you know, around my partner. And then it's making me very anxious. So how my normal is being a dismissive avoidant and being anxious because of my thoughts. Am I being a good partner? Am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? And then that made me disorganized. So my old self is wanting to fight against this new person I want to be. And now I feel like my emotions are becoming dysregulated. And it's making me very angry because I'm starting to feel like a borderline at times. Not all the time, because I'm keeping, you know, a grasp on a lot of things, but inside I'm feeling like, you know, does my partner like me when I didn't give a fuck before? It was like, you better fucking like me, you know? And now I'm just like, oh my God, why do I even give a shit? And, you know, why do I need all of this from my partner when I always took care of my own needs? I don't need you. Now I need my partner. That makes me feel weak. I feel vulnerable, which means I don't feel safe. And then if my partner's fucking with me because he's like me too, so he's doing the same things back to me, and then, you know, things are eventually going to go to shit. Now, being self-aware, I already know about the idealizing your partner, looking, you know, through rose-colored glasses. I was making sure that I was seeing him for who he was. I was idealizing him in, you know, because he was disordered like me. And I'm like, yeah, baddest motherfuckers, man. So that was like, I was putting him on a pedestal, at my level. I wasn't making him above me, just a little bit, because he's gone through a lot more than I have, and he had a little bit of darker traits, and I felt special that he wasn't using those traits on me in the beginning. But anyways, so just that little thing, but I was seeing him as human, and I was trying to treat him well, and I wasn't thinking that he was perfect, and he is going to make mistakes. Now, a narcissistic person who's unaware, you have to be perfect, and any mistakes you make, you will be punished for. So I'm seeing him as, I'm letting shit go a lot more. I'm not devaluing my partner until he starts fucking with me. And I'm just like, and then it's constant. Now, when you forgive somebody for doing something fucked up, for me, I think that you should prove that you can be forgiven. So if somebody does something to you and you forgive them right off the bat, they haven't proved that they're not going to do it again. Okay? They have to prove that they're going to be good. And then you can, forgive them because they have proved that they're not going to fuck with you no more or do that fucked up thing. Then they, okay, I forgive you for the past. You don't have to tell them and shit, it's just in your head. But, and then, you won't hold resentments. Now, my past self would always hold resentments. There is no forgiveness. I ain't forgiven shit. And I'm always going to watch you because now you're a threat. So I'm going to almost look for a threat. I'm going to look for you to do that again. And sometimes I'll make up that you're doing something shady because now I'm fucking paranoid. And if you believe in, reap what you sow, manifesting things into your life. If I'm always looking for something bad, I'm going to bring bad into my life. If I'm thinking that you're doing something, I'm going to manifest that, and I will make it up, and I'm going to sabotage the relationship. It's very important that disordered people, I think normies too, we really need to learn how to reprogram our subconscious, because we were implanted so many negative seeds when we were young on how we're supposed to see ourselves and stuff. And I think it's really important that we look so deep inside of our subconscious, what was planted inside of me at a young age. And can I tell myself that, no, I'm not that bad person and everything. And when you start thinking better about yourself, and when you look at other people, you're going to see that reflection out in the world too. So if I'm thinking that I'm bad and I have low self-esteem, low self-worth, I'm going to see that out there too. And I'm going to see that in you. I'm going to see you as a projection of myself. You're my mirror. You're my mirror. So if I'm thinking bad about me, I'm thinking bad about you. And a lot of narcissistic people only see you as a just a tool. Okay. Just do your job, make me feel good. You're not a person. I used to call people cattle, you're just fucking cattle, and I know it's fucked up, but until I started my channel and actually talking to people, that's the only way that I was able to learn that, oh, you guys are real. You guys are, you have your own thoughts and feelings, and, you have your own, so I was able to learn that you're not just walking meat sacks, blood bags, just for me, you serve me. I'm learning. They're cleaning the outside of the apartment, dude. I don't know if you can hear that. They're
I
spraying.
can't
All right.
I can't hear anything.
Okay, good. Um,
Is that like, I think that's why like communities are so important, where we have both sides, because we can understand each other. Because I remember when I initially started out, okay, my first ever video that I found out was Dr. Ramani. Okay, so I went from there.
noodles.
So my first ever video was Dr. Ramani, and I didn't even know what narcissism was. I obviously went through all of it, but I didn't know it was a thing. I was very naive. I was like, okay, not everyone's like intentionally going out to hurt me. That's not right. And then I watched the first video. I was like, okay, wow, boom. But I just felt like, okay, but something's not adding up though. Why are they doing that? Because why would you just do that for no apparent reason? She did cover up a good amount of points, but I felt like I still wasn't getting to the like root, because it's not helping anyone after one point. Like it could probably help the victims, but it's not helping the people that are narcissists themselves. So and then one day I bumped into your channel, and that was like something that really changed me big time. I was like, oh fuck, this makes so much sense. This makes so much sense. And I'm so grateful for that. But
When I was first learning about narcissism, it was because I was researching another guy.
okay.
Had nothing to do with me.
Oh,
I didn't know nothing. I wasn't the narcissist. He was the narcissist.
is that how you found out?
That well, I didn't find out about me until I started researching an ex. And when I started really looking at his traits and reading books on, narcissistic stuff, even Sam Vaknin's book, I didn't see myself at all. It was a total, nothing. And when I started to, when I would go back into that book, after I started researching it, because he kept pointing things out that I was doing to him. And I'm just like, you're a pussy, you're sensitive, I'm doing all the, the regular toxic defenses and stuff. And I didn't see any of that, but he started pointing it out. And then he's, borderline flavor. So he started punishing me the same way that I was doing to him. And then we would take turns punishing each other, doing the same thing. And I'm just like, oh shit, he's got a point. And then I started looking at all of these traits and stuff. And I started to have to really be like looking inward. And have I been doing this my whole life? So I had to go not just in in the relationship with him, because you can catch traits from a toxic person just so you can survive, because that's what us as kids also had to do in childhood, is we had to mirror our parents just to survive. And it's like a lot of people come out of a narcissistic relationship acting like narcissists themselves, because they had to, combat the narcissist by being as toxic as the narcissist. So I had to look, back into my childhood. Like I said, I watched videos and I saw all these fucking things that I was doing. I found letters that I had written to my sister when I was 18 years old. It's fucking about a relationship, and it was all this, you know, all this narcissistic shit up in there. Just, oh my God, I was just like, what the fuck? And then when I was putting down all of my partner's toxic traits, I'm just like, wait, I do that. I do that too. I was gonna do worse shit to him. I was gonna isolate, because he was gonna move from a different country. I was gonna isolate the shit out of him. I was gonna financially abuse him because he was gonna have nothing. So I really hated him to a point. It was like, love me or I'm gonna fuck you up, you
Okay.
know, in some way. And when I saw these things written down, I'm just like, I am a massive toxic shit, you know? And then I started looking at some, watching videos and everything, and then looking at some antisocial personality disorder traits too.
Okay.
So because you have to have conduct disorder before you're the age of 15. And there's all of this lack of empathy, lack of remorse, you know, hurting others to get your needs met, or being very abusive and not giving a shit, ditching school, cheating through class, you know, what is it? Exploiting others just for yourself, you know, using others, getting your friends to do shit, you know, for stuff like that. And I'm fucking all up in that shit too. And I was just like, holy shit. So yeah, so then I just kept, you know, learning more and more, joining narcissistic chat groups with other narcissistic people.
Okay.
And asking questions, me sharing things, and seeing that we're all jiving together and we all feel, you know, different ways and stuff. But to get down into the vulnerable part of myself, you know, over time on my channel, if you go back over my channel from like a long time ago, I am an arrogant, mean asshole to, oh my God, I am just
All the way back. Okay, so I started watching it a long time ago, and I can't. I okay, so I low-key got my sister obsessed with you as well. Like your channel, like we all watch your channel. I can see like the change from the first
yeah,
video to now, and like I'm not doing this to like flatter you, but like I can see you being so composed. I can't explain it. Like it feels calming. Like that I can see growth even through the channel, and it's insane. It's insane.
people were telling me that, and I'm just like, you know, because I'm completely I'm just doing my thing every day or whatever. And then sometimes I'll go back and watch a real old one, because somebody will ask me a question about something I said in an old video. And so I would go back and visit that video so I can give them accurate information, however, you know, I felt back then, and see if something changed maybe. But I'm watching it and I cringe because I'm just like, oh my God, I'm such a dick. I'm not showing any compassion for you at all. I'm the victim of your shit. I mean, I was so mad at victim channels.
I was
So now I was very mad at victim channels because they're just talking about the negative traits. People are calling us demons and evil and everything. And it's like, well, it's not called a mental illness for nothing. So I used to attack commenters. I would shame the shit out of them and rip them apart and everything. You know, and then after I started talking to you guys a lot and learning your perspective and stuff. And then I started to, you know, I was a victim in some relationships and in my childhood. So I was like, so I started to see how we're alike in those moments. So it's like, okay, now I understand how you feel, because I did feel that way, but I'm also the abuser because of my disorder. So I'm both. So I can understand you, and I can, you know, help you try to understand what's actually going on in my head. So when I started learning more about that, you know, in my channels, I'm not just saying, why do we Hoover? I mean, I would say that shit too, because that's what y'alls want to fucking know and stuff. But, you know, I'm trying to educate everybody too, and, you know, say why we do these things. Why, you know, what happened to us in childhood? Why, you know, why do we have CPTSD? Why do we, you know, why we look different in, or act different in different relationships, you know, because I was different to a certain degree in different relationships, where my first husband had antisocial personality disorder, and he was a little criminal, and all he did was he was very self-focused, and me being a narcissist, you better fucking focus on me too. It better not all just be about you and getting your needs met. And so that relationship I was only married to him for 8 months, because I was just like,
I don't
you,
know.
bro, out of here. So I was very I would rip him apart a lot. I was very verbally abusive to him, because he was not falling in line or anything. And you know, and then that changed. I learned a lot about I would read a lot and do a lot of self-helpy things, just try to have better communication with my second husband. You know, so I was trying these little things to get along better. But as time went on, and there wasn't the distraction of children anymore, and they grew up, and nobody needed me anymore. My kids, our little Yorkie died. That was a buffer too between me and the husband. So now my husband was only trying to get attention from me, and the relationship is going down to Chinatown, because I couldn't handle it, you know. So yeah, and then I had the at the end of my relationship with my husband, I had the emotional affair with borderline flavor, and that was very abusive. Love, hate, hate you, love you, hate you, I love you. And that was really toxic too. And then after my divorce, the borderline flavor became my main, and for like 4 months, but that went down quick, because you can't, when you're, you know, I tell people, when you're having this fantasy relationship on the side of your main partner, that's just fantasy land. They're not real. They're whatever you create the relationship to be. You know, it's romantic and painful, and lovers are separated, you know, and all this shit. Once they become your main person, everything's going to go to shit. You know, it's because now I see you every day. There's no longing. There's nothing, you know, you're just a normal fucking meat sack again, another fucking normie meat sack. I mean, even though, you know, he was mental and shit like that too, but then I'm just like, you know, all I'm doing is becoming more and more a shell of a person. You know, narcissists can feel that way too in trauma bonded relationships. We can only be trauma bonded to somebody who was like our abusive parent. Okay. So I can't be trauma bonded to a normal human being. I can't. You have to be fucked up in some way that's triggering my childhood trauma, something, you know, and then I will be in a trauma bond with you, and you will cause me lots of emotional distress. I won't be able to leave you as quickly, or shut down or shut off. I will become massively dysregulated. You know, we're going to cause each other a lot of pain. That's not good either. And what sucks is people in trauma bonds, they think that's love, and it's not love. It's not love at all, because love is almost boring to people who didn't grow up in trauma, because we think love is whatever, you know, shit we got from our parent. We either had to win their love, or we were, you know, me, the kid, being abusive to my parent, you know. Well, your parent is what is supposed to be teaching you what love is, right? And it's like, okay, love is abuse. So when you get trauma bonded, you're like, okay, this is love, because love is abuse. And normal love, if a narcissistic person or any cluster B is having a really you're trying to provide good love, authentic love and care, we don't trust that shit. It's like, what is this? Number one, it's boring as shit. Why aren't you causing me any drama? That means that you don't love me. I'm going to create drama to try to get that chaotic feeling of love. I'm going to try to create that in you. And if you're normal, maybe you're a codependent though, and you start walking on eggshells or shutting down, and you know, you don't want to react to me, I don't love you. I don't. Now you're getting more attached to me, but I don't love you, because you're not being abusive, and we're not having that you know, we're not wrecking the relationship and then having that love repair. We're not wrecking the relationship, having that love repair. You know, that's not love, but that's what we think love is. So when you try to be the caregiver and you're like, well, I'm just going to love you harder, I'm going to not like you harder. You know, I'm like, this is gross. This isn't real. There's strings attached, because when my parent was good to me, that wasn't real. Something, you know. So I'm thinking you're being manipulative, or I'm just disgusted with your healthy love,
Okay.
you know, and that's not your fault. So, you know, please know that there is nothing wrong with you wanting to love somebody. But the thing that's wrong is you wanting to get it from somebody who can't give it. That's a void. You know, I can't give you something that I don't know what it is, you know. So a partner might tell you, I can't give you what you want. That's not a lie. They can't. But what is bullshit is that they don't want to fix themselves, to have better relationships. They don't want to dig deeper. They don't want to learn about why they do these things. They just want to get you away and either find somebody who doesn't know them at all and start the cycle over, or they do want to be alone and isolate themselves and just drink, do drugs, or go out and be a whore or something, you know, just whatever. And then they'll feel safe again, you know, because you're not safe. You're saying, change. I don't like you. I don't like you who you are. And it's like, okay, mom, fuck off. Get the fuck away from me, you know. And you guys say it in a really nice and compassionate way, but it doesn't matter. You're still telling me I'm a piece of shit kid. You're shaming the shit out of me, no matter how nice you are, you know? I love you. I want us to have this, you know, I want us to communicate better. I want us to get along together. Okay, well, I'm an empty vessel and I just mask up all the fucking time. Basically, what you're asking me is to mask up for you all the time. This is what I'm thinking. This isn't reality, because, you know, if I was able to dig deeper, I have to sit in those shameful feelings. Well, my whole life from childhood was trying to never feel shame again. And you're telling me, which I think is fucked up, which is compassionate from you, but I think you're the dick for saying, I want you to sit in these shameful feelings. I want you to feel like you're dying all the time for me in our relationship when I can just get rid of you. So why am I going to do all this shit for you when you were just a character I created anyway? You know, it's like, what? You know, it's like, no, get out of here, you know? And now I'm not saying that if we haven't devalued you completely,
Okay.
and you're hurt and everything, you break up with us. Even if we break up with you, we feel abandoned. And we will miss you if we haven't devalued you to nothing yet. Okay. Sometimes you'll also see, I've seen this, you devalue me. No, excuse me. You break up with me because you're tired of my shit, right?
Right.
And then I start just devaluing you in your face, and I'm trying to make you feel like you are a nothing person.
Okay.
Because you're
value though, because I feel like there's like a little fine line between just like venting versus devaluing. Like, do you mean like verbal, like devaluing, like bringing you down intentionally?
verbally.
Okay.
Because because we'll start devaluing you in our heads before it ever comes out of our mouth, you know. But if, you know, if we break up with you, you break up with us, we need to make, you know, we feel like we're nothing to you because you just throw us away like trash. And remember, we don't see ourselves as being, you know, we want to control you in everything. You're not doing what we want, you know, so we're angry with you. You're getting rid of us. So we're going to come and attack you and try to make you feel like you're nothing, you know, but that's how we feel about ourselves. When I tell you, don't take these things personally unless you really feel this way about yourself. If I tell you that you're, you know, a nothing piece of shit, you don't love me, you don't love me, you know that's a lie.
Yeah.
You know that's bullshit. But then you're going to feel sad and everything, like I'm not doing enough, I'm not doing enough. No, yes you are. We can't meet you halfway, see? So you really have to understand the inner child tantrum that we are throwing at you, because this is how we feel about ourselves, you know. I want to get you away. I want to get you away. I want if I burn this bridge down, in that moment, I'm going to feel really good. Okay. So I'm tearing you down. I don't need you. You're fucking shit. Blah. And then, you know, I'm not going to show you, the broken state that I would be in later. You know, I want you to believe that you're fucking nothing. I'm not going to show you, you know, that. If you know, we had a breakup and I wasn't ready to break up with you yet, you know, at that point, if I'm not ready to break up with you, that's when like hoovery things will come into play. But for me, it's usually a reverse hoover where I'm trying to bait you back. You know, I'm trying to, that's when the social media games are coming, you know, I'll unblock you because I'm done splitting you black. You know, I don't fucking hate you anymore. I can't apologize for my things. Sometimes, you know, I don't see them, but I do miss how you took my shit. I do miss that, you know, you do care enough, or your self-worth is so low that you're going to let yourself be with me still. Something, you know, and then it's like, it's not good for you. It's not, you can't be looking at me to fill any self-esteem that's missing in you. It's never going to happen. So what sucks is that you have to have the strength to look inward and to be like, I'm not getting nothing from this person. I'm getting breadcrumbs from this person.
Okay.
They're not, I feel like I'm starving for affection all the time. What is it about this person that reminds me of my parents that I should have gotten from them, and now I'm trying to heal my childhood through this person? There's one, I read this book and it was really cool, this exercise where you write down your last 3 relationships.
Okay.
Okay, you write down their traits, good and bad, the things that you like about them, both. And then you go and you start circling mom, dad. That's mom's trait. That's dad's trait. That's mom's trait. That's dad's trait. That's mom's trait. Dude, I had fucking circles all over the place. And then you look across all 3, circle, circle, circle for all 3, circle, circle, circle for all 3. Sometimes I had just 2 for 2 partners. And sometimes I had 3 circles going across, you know, for the same trait.
Okay.
This is what I'm attracted to. I'm attracted to mom in my partner's here. I'm attracted to dad in my partner's here. These are the things, not, you know, you disregard the good shit. It's like, okay, because mom and dad have good traits too. But you look at the bad shit and you're like, this is what I have to fix inside of myself. I'm attracted to the bad shit in my partners that are like mom, dad, mom. And so that's when you're like, okay, these are the things I have to work on myself. So I will not attract that type of person with those traits, you know, into my life. And it was really eye-opening, you know, because I'm just like, oh, fuck. That, you know, yeah, okay. Because it's unconscious, you know. You're like, a lot of people think that you get into a relationship with us and you're like, the love bomb is why, you know. And no, the love bomb is now, if you're like really flattery type person, a lot of people feel very uncomfortable that I talk, that you know, because the person is laying it on thick, on thick, on thick, on thick. And I've had people do that. It's gross, you know. Trying, I don't like that, because I don't love bomb like that. And I'm just like, you get, it's so weird. It's like you guys get almost worn down, you know. They're giving you so much attention and stuff, and you know that this isn't right. You're like, I was not attracted to this person, you know. I hear this all the time, but they just wouldn't let up, and they kept going and kept, so they're crossing your boundaries because you're like, hey, hold on. And they're just like, no, I think that you're the greatest, blah, blah, blah. Your self-esteem is just fucking raging fire. Oh my God. Yes, I am so great in this person's eyes, you know. And then as it's slowly being taken away, it's at that point that you're like, you know, your ego is like, why aren't you still idealizing me? What the fuck is going on? And that's when you start to become anxious and everything. And then they start, you know, their toxic traits and stuff, which is unconscious and everything. But see, they were showing you that there's something not right in the beginning of the relationship. I've had people come to me and be like, oh my God, 4 years I was with them. And then they started showing me, I'm like, they're not toxic
Possible.
then.
But that's
It's
not.
it's impossible. Unless they, you were in a long distance relationship.
I think it'll still come out though. I don't think it can last. Humanly possible to mask up for 4 years. Like that's not.
Oh, way. My
That's not
shit is been out within a month. You're going to start seeing shit within a month or so, 6 weeks tops, something, 2 months. I think I made a video on it because I remember just disposable people that I would just fucking with because I was bored.
Mhm.
Didn't get rid of them. Not proud of that, but when I would do that 2 months, I would only do it for 2 months and I get bored of them. So any of my toxic traits would come out, or I would get into a fight with them on purpose, just to get them out of my life, because I was done. And so I was just like 2 months, and then I'm bored. So the honeymoon stage doesn't last 4 years. The honeymoon stage doesn't last a year. It's like the honeymoon stage, I'm giving it 2 months tops, depending on how much you are talking to each other and how many dates you're having. Because a really toxic person is going to want to talk to you every day, right?
Right.
They're going to be blowing up your phone all the time. They're going to want to see you every day, some of them. And then what sucks, what's healthy, okay, is giving each other enough space to miss each other, and to have I have my own life, you have your own life, and I'm not trying to enmesh and be one with you. We're 2 people. I mean, that's like healthy marriage, and then you have kids and stuff, and you're building a life together. That's when you become an us, right? That's when you become an us. But it's you and me, and we're enjoying life, getting to learn to know each other and stuff like that, and having some space. So you miss your partner and you can't wait to see them. You set up dates, even if it's just to hang out at each other's home, and not always going out or going to parties or clubs or trips, because trips is that's a huge mind fuck too, because that's not real. That's fantasy time, but spending time in each other's space, or going to the store and hanging, making a dinner together, and then having space, you're going to miss your partner. So a toxic person is going to consume. I used to call it, we're like a wildfire, right? So we get to know you and we're going to consume the whole forest that is you.
Correct.
We're not doing a slow burn. So we're always excited, and we're always learning something new, and we're always doing something fun, or we're always just being quiet in the space, or we're having, we miss having sex with you. We're not sex bombing you, where it's like, let's fucky sucky all the time, and then it gets taken away from you, and then you're like, where's the fucky sucky? It's I think that's what real love is you being comfortable being alone in your space, and then sharing, back and forth, and share and share and share, instead of consuming. Because after I learn everything about you, after I see that you're not the character no more, I being excited to be with you is gone. I'm not excited anymore. I almost get like flat affect, and then I'm just this is just everyday normal shit. There's nothing, I have nothing new to learn about you. I already know everything. It's not exciting because I'm with you all the time now, instead of being apart. And I had to buy books and learn what a real relationship is supposed to look like, you know. I bought the book 8 Rules of Love by Jay Shetty.
Okay, oh, Treasure. Okay.
Yeah. And he tells you what love is supposed to look like, and how to love yourself and be in your own solitude. How you're supposed to work the relationship slowly and not consume, you know. How to work through conversations and arguments or disagreements. He teaches you that. He even tells you what to fucking say. He even teaches you what an authentic apology is supposed to look like.
Okay.
I mean, this fucking book has everything. It even teaches you when to leave a relationship. It tells you how to get through the breakup. It tells you how to self-reflect on yourself and your partner. It tells you what real love is supposed to look like and what it doesn't look like, what real love or what fake love is. There is so much in that motherfucking book, dude. It's great. I
read it.
Yeah, I made a book review video on it too. I also found another book last night that I already had, that I hadn't read since I was fucking probably 10 years. It was in my Nook, but it's called something like Men Are from Mars, Women Are from Venus, but revisited. Okay. And it talks about how to keep men and women, how to build, you know, make a man feel masculine, and how to make a woman feel being her feminine, you know, and the things that they need from each other to feel good about themselves. And when you make your partner feel good about themselves, it makes your partner want to treat you better. And I'm reading through this shit and I'm seeing where I've fucked up, you know, in different parts, but it's a learning experience, right? So you're going to learn from all of your relationships and all of your past relationships and stuff. And so I'm reading through these things, and then I see where I wasn't, you know, doing my part, where I was failing, or where I was doing really good. And then where he was failing on his part, but he doesn't know either, you know, and then where he was doing very well. And just where everything became imbalanced. So that's another thing that I'm doing, is I'm trying to not just research my own brain and dysfunctional thinking, but I also have to learn what a real relationship is supposed to look like. So I have to almost like reprogram my brain so I can learn how to accept real love into my life and have those feelings, instead of reading a book on what real love is supposed to look like, so I just mask up and fake it for you, because that's going to make me very resentful, and I'm going to have all these uncomfortable feelings. So I have to do the work on both sides. How can I learn to accept good feelings about myself, the way I see myself, know that I'm not projecting any ugly feelings about myself on my partner, and then I have learn what a real relationship is supposed to look like. And I need to know what my partner needs, you know, too. And I have to be sure that my partner is giving me balanced needs too. So I don't turn into a codependent where I'm just giving and not getting back. And I have to make sure that I'm not just taking and not giving back. So this is a lot of fucking work. And when you're in a relationship with somebody who's toxic, and you're like, go to therapy, fix yourself, here, learn about fucking attachment styles. They're not changing overnight. This is a daily fucking work. And they're always going to be learning new things. They're always going to be whatever. And they're not going to be able to give you what you want just right off the bat. you know, because they're struggling on the inside with their shit. And what you're doing is saying, fix yourself so we fix the relationship so I get my needs met. Sorry to break it to you, but we can't give you what you want still when we're working on ourselves. We cannot be mean to you, but we're still not going to just automatically fucking be like, oh, I love you. I now know what real love is because I read a book. You know, now I know how to, because it's just going to be a mask. You know, it's like we have to work through these things together in baby steps too, you know, so I can start to feel comfortable. I'm like a dog that was abused all the time, you know, and in a cage. And then you're coming out and I'm biting you and shit, but you have to come slowly. So I start to trust you. And then you pet, and you know, and it takes a long time to earn that trust. And a partner has to be really secure with themselves to not start getting anxious and everything when our moods are like, just we shut down sometimes. We want to be alone sometimes. We have to learn not to attack our partner. And you know, you want love and everything. I mean, you guys really have to deal with not receiving when somebody's going on this journey of not being able to give you everything that you want just right away. You know, it's a very slow process. I think it's worth it, of course.
It's worth
you know,
it.
because if your partner really loves you, yeah, you know, it's like, I'm going to appreciate you. You stood by me. You really want to, you know, do this with me. I am grateful that my partner wants to fucking go through this shit with me, you know, and not berate me for, you know, certain things or whatever, but make me feel safe in microbites, you know, something.
I love it. But I think that's like a fine, okay, maybe this is just me, but like I don't like date around too often because I'm like a very like serious relationship kind of a person. So
yeah, me
is with me what happened was my partner told me that like I feel very safe with you. So the safeness, the comfort level went a little to the point where there was like zero effort at all. So that like there is that fine line where you're getting a
I
little
know,
too.
but she was working on herself. She wasn't working on herself. What did she want? She wanted you to be the mommy, caregiver. Well, she went off and talked to fucking other dude, right? Well, she did whatever the fuck she wanted. She just wanted you to be her safe space, and you let her cross your boundary. Because if you're in a relationship with me, you're not in a relationship with somebody else. This isn't an open relationship, bitch. You know, we're having a relationship, and you were worried about losing her love if you put that boundary down. And she would have. She did. She's out, you know, she left. She wants to be reckless. She wants to get home-based love with you, and then the trauma bond with that douchebag. You know, he's like, I'll be your parent. I'll fucking tell you what to do, you know, to your girlfriend. I'll do what, you know, I'll tell you whatever the fuck, you know. And she's just like, okay, let me please you, daddy, and then give me, you know, the attention that you want. And remember, you even said she wasn't even attracted to this douchebag. He love bombing the shit out of her. And what sucks is like, you know, she unfortunately became trauma bonded, but that's daddy. Your mom, he's dad. Do you see? Your safe space. You're giving all the love and understanding. Oh, I understand this. Okay, being a narcissistic person and me be very, you know, you don't get across my boundaries. I get across yours. You don't get across mine.
Yeah.
Just hearing, and I've heard this from other people too, so it's not just you. Okay.
Okay.
so being in a relationship with somebody who is still trying to get over somebody else.
No.
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 No. Ever date somebody who has not grieved and moved on from somebody else, you know? So many times, I mean, there's people on my channel commenting about their ex and they're in a relationship with somebody else. It's like, you haven't grieved, you know, your ex yet. And you're going to bring all that baggage into your new relationship. And that's not fair to your new partner. No. And like, even on dating apps and shit, if you see somebody who says separated, not divorced, they haven't grieved the relationship. Scroll on, man. No. Oh, we're still living together, but we're like roommates. No. 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 You know? No. Oh, I still talk to my exes. No. No, you know, fuck you, dude. Go back and grieve. And then if I don't have anybody, you know, in a year, come and hit me back up. No. You know, when they start triangulating you with other people, no. Goodbye. Goodbye. That means that you're not over them. If you're still, you know, seeing them, if they're stalking you, they're still attached to you. If they're trying to text you and you haven't blocked them yet, why aren't they blocked? What? You know, it's like, what the fuck are you doing? You know, I'm just like, get the fuck away from me, sort your shit out later, man, you know, later, you know. It's like, because for me, it's like, you're mine, I get all your attention. And you're telling me that well, I'm still talking to even my affair person. Now, he had a girlfriend. I didn't care because I had a husband and I can compartmentalize everything. So it's like, she's a non-entity. I don't even give a shit about her. I even made up a different name for her because she wasn't real. So she had a different name than her real name, you know. And he couldn't triangulate with me with her. He couldn't, because I didn't give a shit. I'm married. I don't fucking care. He tried to triangulate me with his ex-wife. And I said, I would leave you. I said this in a nice way. I go, I would let you go. You have children. If you want to, and I knew it was bullshit though, because she was abused by him. He's toxic. And she is happy to be divorced and she's in a good relationship now and shit and getting her life together and stuff. And I told him, I'm like, I'd let you go. I'd let you have your family back together and everything. He never triangulated me again because I said, go ahead. One time he tried to tell me about sex acts with his girlfriend in the very beginning. And I said, if you like me, why are you talking about your girlfriend? And he never triangulated me again. Because I'm going to be like, why are you talking about other girls? I thought you are pursuing me. So you're going to talk about other girls, you go talk to the other girl. I don't want to hear that shit. And he knew, I'm leaving you if you start doing that shit, you know, or whatever. You have to train people, man, how to treat you. You know, this is your boundaries. If I, you know, even just like with friends, if I'm gonna loan you out something and it doesn't come back in good condition, you know, or you didn't try to replace something that you fucked up or whatever, I'm never loaning you anything again. You know, I mean, these are boundaries. No, or I don't want you to touch my shit You keep touching my shit or doing, you know, it's like, I'm done with you. I'm not talking to you. You are not my friend. You're not respecting my boundaries. I'm not, no. If I make plans with you and you keep changing the plans because something else came up better, I'm not going out with you no more. I'm not going out, you know? If somebody tries to hit you up for a booty call late at night and it's like, I'm not even responding to that text, bro. No. You want to fucking talk to me? You talk to me 9 to 5, brother. You know, you want to make a date? You make a date with me days in advance. So I make sure that that's happening. You show up that day and you don't, you know, oh, I can't, my, you know, if your fucking mom didn't die, I'm done with you. I'm not seeing you, you know, it's like, no, fuck you, my boundaries, you know, you have to have a strong sense of self-worth as what, I mean, you know, I'm controlling. So, you know, that can mask up for low self-esteem, right? My entitlement. I am entitled to respect. I don't have to respect your ass, but you do have to respect me. So, you know, I'm learning mutual respect. You know, I'm doing better. But you know, it's like, you have to know this about yourself, you know? And I don't care if you start dating somebody and you start to like them. Remember, you're wearing rose-colored glasses and you start, you know, having fun and everything. And then they're just like, oh, trauma dump, and blah, blah, blah. They want you to be mommy again, okay? And you're like, no, I'm not doing it. You can just be like, oh, okay, I understand. But you have to make sure that you are not trying to fix them. You're not becoming their therapist. And if they're just calling you when they're sad and shit, fucking get the fuck off, dude. You know, you need to make me happy too. I'm not here just to, you know, oh, my whole self-worth is being your fucking mom. No. You better be good in bed, bro. You better be cooking me breakfast. You better be something, because it needs to be balanced out, you know. And now I'm aware I'm not going to take advantage. I want it to be balanced. But in my unaware days, I didn't give a shit. So you'll see that they are going to take more advantage of your your kindness, your love. And you're going to love it because you're going to be like, I'm needed. They love me because I'm giving everything to them. And you're going to think that's love. And you're going to take breadcrumbs. You're going to take the nothing, you know, because you're like, your own self-worth is this person needing you. That's a mommy baby thing. Okay. That's not an adult thing. So no, don't. Tell yourself this. I really like this person. You're getting a little bit attached, you know, you got the butterflies, you got the PTSD response coming. But I want you to think this. I've been dating this person for a month. I'm getting attached to them. If I start seeing all the red flags and everything, and if I leave them now, my grieving is going to be so short compared to putting a couple years into this motherfucker. And now I'm going to have to grieve for another couple years. No, tell yourself, I'm going to grieve anyway. Would I rather it be grieving short and I learned from this relationship? Or do I want to waste years of my life of pain because it's just going to get worse?
Yeah.
So do I want to be abused? Do I want to lose myself? Do I want to be a people pleaser again? Do I want to, you know, am I being a codependent? Am I trying to get something from them that they are constantly on a consistent basis showing me that they can't give me? You know, you have to be aware of these things. But don't just be aware of their red flags. Be aware of how you feel about yourself. Is my self-esteem still high? Do I feel small around this motherfucker?
Yeah.
Is he or she fucking with my mental health? Do I feel gaslit? Are they saying that they didn't say something that they said? Okay, we forget things. I forget shit all the time. I gaslight myself and stuff. But how consistent is that? You know? Are you seeing proof of some fucked up shady shit that they're doing, and then they're denied until you start second guessing yourself and everything? Are they lying to you so much that you don't even care anymore, and you're just like, I'm not even going to bring it to your attention because you're going to deny? You have to know this about yourself and be like, what the fuck am I with you? Why am I here? Why am I letting myself be treated like shit? What am I missing inside of myself? Fuck you, man. I'm out of here. You know, I'm gonna hurt. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. But I'm gonna cry fucking anyway, every day being with you and waiting for, you know, the breadcrumbs, waiting for you to have a mood shift that has actually nothing to do with me. Sometimes, you know, the mood is going to shift inside of us, and then we're going to hit you up and want to hang out or do something fun. But what happens when my mood goes low? And I don't want to give you any attention or anything. And because my feelings are so shut off that I'm not even going to express why to you. And you're going to be like thinking, what's wrong? What's wrong? Did I do something wrong? That's not fair to you, you know? And with my ex-husband, I did tell him, I said, my shift in mood has nothing to do with you. And him being anxious, what he would say to me when he would see my mood shift, and he would just see it in my facial expression. I wouldn't even be talking to him or doing anything, nothing, but he would feel the distance. And instead of understanding and him telling himself it had nothing to do with him, he kept telling me.
Oh,
that's manipulative. That's manipulative.
Okay.
He would say, I know this has nothing to do with me. I know your mood has nothing to do with me, all the time.
Okay,
I know
that's
your
like
mood has
reminding you, like, okay,
He's reminding me that my mood is shifting. It's like shame, you know, at me all the time. And he wasn't doing it in a sadistic way. He was doing it from a place of insecurity. And it just made me hate him even more and more and more. It's like, can you stop shaming me? I thought I was being a good wife, telling you that this has nothing to do with you, you know, how I feel. I'm trying to comfort you that it's not you, bro, you know? So throwing my disorder in my face all the goddamn time, you know? But, you know, so I knew that. I knew at least that. I didn't understand, of course, about the disorder. I know that I always felt empty. I even found a journal when I journaled 8 months when I was sober. And every day I would journal, and I read through that journal just a few months ago, and this was years ago. And I read through that journal, and it's showing how I'm feeling better and how my mind is working and how I'm reading all these positive things. And I also wrote, but I'm still empty. There's still an emptiness. So I didn't know that I was a narcissist at that time.
Okay.
But I'm documenting my inner feelings. There is still a void there. There's still a void. So I'm trying to do all these better things, but I can't fix what was stripped because I don't know how I got stripped into a void. You know, I know now. I'm waiting for my therapist though to go and touch those things that are scary to touch.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you something a little controversial. Do you think you could ever love yourself?
Yes, actually, I do. Because I've been reading, you know, I read self-esteem books and stuff. And it shows you self-esteem building. So even though that we didn't get this stuff in childhood, I mean, there's books from psychotherapists and everything that are telling just normal people. Now, this is what's funny is that a lot of these books on vulnerability, self-esteem building, childhood trauma, everything that is missing inside of a narcissist, things that we went through and stuff, these people still talk shit about narcissists. I think it's fucked up because I need your book. I need your book so I can learn these things. So when I'm reading these things, they talk shit about narcissists, like narcissists are not going to be able to, you know, they fucking shit on me all the time. Everybody's shitting on me.
It's not gonna help. Like, how will you grow and how will you try to develop self-love if someone's like constantly pulling down, like, you can't do it, you can't do it, you can't do it. Like,
no, it's like you're broken, you're broken, you're broken. Nothing can fix you. It's like, well, hold on. Everything in this book that you're writing is saying everything that I went through. So why won't it help me? What you just wrote about me, then you shit on me. So I just I read how there's and I'm just like, okay, you don't understand. You don't understand the underlying issues of NPD, and I'm just going to continue reading. You know, I don't let it bother me now because it's like you don't get it. What these people understand is just either grandiose traits or online everybody's demonizing narcissist behavior.
oh god,
you know?
yeah, I don't like the victim channel. It's like I sometimes it gets like, why are you cribbing all the time? Like, I am like, okay, maybe there's something wrong here because they're constantly cribbing. Sometimes it's just like too much. Okay, like stop.
Yeah. I know. And I'm just like, so I just now, instead of getting angry, I just let it go and keep reading. It's like, I'm just going to get what I want out of it, you know, because this is for me. This book is for me, you know? And so I'm going to read and put, you know, these things into my toolbox. You know, things that I did when I was a kid and being an adult now, you know, I don't have certain fucked up traits of, you know, when I was a child. I don't, you know, I don't get a thrill from stealing stuff. I feel when I used to as a child, getting away with it. Now I feel like I feel more better knowing that I can afford something than stealing. So, you know, I have a more adult mindset. I don't want to cheat on any partner anymore. There's no thrill in that because if I was to do that, it would just be, I don't want a relationship with this person. So I'd just be doing toxic things and hurting another person. And because I talk to you guys all the time, it's like I would be hurting my community. You know, I don't want to hurt my community. I want you guys out of this. I don't want to create more pain. I want to get you guys out of the pain, right? So I'm not going to be part of the problem anymore. I want to, no, we're getting out. If I have to work on myself, so are you. We're getting the fuck out of here, you know? So that's my mindset too. I also, I do want to know what it's like to be with a partner and actually work through conflict. That'd be nice, you know, and actually give him the gift of sitting in my uncomfortable feelings, because that is a gift to not hurt him so I feel safe. It's like almost like I'm going to fall on the sword myself instead of killing you off. I'll fall on the sword and you know, for us, you know, for us, instead of him against me or me against him, you know, because that's what it turns into. Our relationship, it turns into a you against me, when in a healthy relationship you're supposed to be getting closer together, right? And two in us. Yeah. it goes the other way, you know? So, I, you know, and I never had that, before. So, you know, I'm excited, to eventually be able to work on myself where I will be able to have that type of relationship, or companionship or something where, you know, there's loyalty, listening, understanding, and trying to work through conflict and stuff, and not having to mask up just to make my partner feel better, or, you know, being open enough to say, this is how I feel, please don't take it personally, type thing. And trying to figure it out as a team, you know, instead of me trying to fucking work through everything by myself, me getting frustrated and pissed off, projecting it on you. It's your fucking fault that I'm this way. It's your fault. Fuck you. Goodbye. You know, and then running away and stuff, you know. So, I mean, life is a journey. The destination's death. So you might as well just fucking, you know, try to be better than you were yesterday. Sometimes you're going to fall backwards, you know. I mean, I go through that. I think, you know, for days I'm like, oh God, fucking everything's great. Everything, you know, I'm going to have a great outlook on life, blah, 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 all this shit. And then my automatic mental health will start going like, are you sure? Are you sure? You know, the monster's fucking like, don't do you really, you know, and then, and I have to be aware enough to go, fuck off, leave me alone, you know, I don't need you anymore, you know. But I'm not, people think that, you know, a narcissistic person can be 100% healed, you know, and I'm just trying to have better coping mechanisms, some things, you know, and being aware enough where at least I'm not trying to hurt my person, you know, to be like, and if I need space, to say I need space, I need to think, work this out for myself. And I was really trying to do that in my last relationship. But he was not in that state where I was, where he was still having his natural defenses come out. So if you have somebody who's working on themselves and they're not, that's not going to work either. Because here I am not trying to be bad to you, but you're being bad to me. My natural instinct is to kill you, and I'm not doing that. So now I'm slowly starting to feel weak. And if I don't destroy you, I'm just going to feel very small. So if you're with a toxic person and you're like, I'm trying to build up my, you know, my inner self so I can be a good partner for you, and they're like, well, I feel like shit about myself and I want you to feel like shit still, that's going to fuck with your progress. And I have to leave the person that I love, because it's like, I don't want to hurt you, fucker. I'm capable of it, but I'm not going to do that. You know, I'm going to fucking just take off so I don't go backwards. And, you know, so he doesn't crumble into tissue paper and play the victim too, you know, saying like, you're so mean. Because I mean, that's what we do too. When we're projecting onto you and we're treating you bad, and you treat us bad back, I'm the victim, you're so fucking mean to me, how could you? And then you feel like you have to apologize and everything, and then you're going to get sick of that shit too, because we're not going to take responsibility for our projections, because we don't even know that we're fucking doing them half the time. You know, it's like, it's a fucking super mind fuck, you know. That's why I'm just like, you can work through things with a narcissistic partner if they know what they're doing but they have to want to fix themselves. A lot of partners don't want to. They would rather start fresh or be alone, you know, or they even think you're actually too loving, that they need abuse. So they're going to leave you. If they can't turn you into the abusive partner that they need, you know, they're going to fucking leave. And, you know, over time, this isn't your normal. You being abusive isn't normal. I mean, do you really want to turn into a monster just to stay with somebody? No, the reason why you're with them is because you want to love them. Do you want to remove that love just so you can keep them around for scraps? No, you don't. So, yeah, I hope you guys, you know,
Thank you.
build your own, build up your self-esteem, build up your boundaries. You can be loving and not mean. But know when you're being hurt in your head, you know, don't look past that shit, man. No. Know that it's better to get out sooner than later. And just know that, yes, I really do love being put on a pedestal. It feels fucking good. I love it. You know, tell yourself that, yes, I love the ego stroke. I love it. But I already know this about myself. I already know I'm a bad motherfucker. Keep your self-esteem high. I know I'm a bad motherfucker. And there's another dude out there who's going to think I'm a bad motherfucker, you know, so fuck you back, you know, and just believe that, you know, please, you don't want to be stuck in months and years with an empty vessel. It's almost like you're at the bottom of a well, you know. Here I am, I'm throwing a rope down there. Will you get the fuck out? Will you come with me? And you're like, no, it's comfortable down here. No, it's not. There's trees and fucking sunshine and beautiful out here. You're just so used to living in the bottom of the well. You're used to it. You're used to the cold. And it's like, no, it's fucking bomb out here. Will you fucking get out, please? Cry in the flowers, you know, I'll hold you in fetal position. Just fucking get out of here.
Oh, yes. Oh, okay. Oh, yes, yes. Oh, okay. Yash, do you wanna like speak or like, and if you wanna ask any questions, you can do that as well. Oh, okay. Also, I just wanna tell you one thing. Okay, so I obviously will never get in a relationship like that again, but I personally feel like narcissists have been my biggest teachers. They have been my biggest teachers, and like this is weirdly when I started reframing you, it was kind of like my thank you to them, but not me being in a partnership with someone, but from like afar off, like what can I do to help people with cluster B disorders from far off?
First, if they see these things in themselves, you know, first, well, you need to learn everything that you can about the underlying cause and issue. Learning about CPTSD, because that is the base of childhood trauma. Okay. Complex PTSD, because these things, it wasn't just one big event, it was events that were happening, you know, over time. And when you start building up or learning about these things and collecting resources, you know, from there, the therapist that I'm waiting for is Heal NPD on YouTube, Mark Eatonson. Also, so his channel teaches you the root cause of everything. Just having like resources and stuff to share with people because they need to do all the self-work themselves. They have to do this themselves. So you can't fix anyone. You can just be like, that's the road you got to go down.
It's up to you to take it.
Yeah, they have to go down, their journey by themselves inside. That's not meaning that you can't have a partner on the outside, but your partner isn't going to pull you on this journey. They have to walk side by side with you, on this thing. And so for me, I was doing all this lookup shit, peer review journals and stuff. If you can get links to that goes into psychologists, psychotherapists who, have done all the studies and the research and the fucking everything. You have links to all of these other, things that they want to learn about. Books that aren't the demonizing narcissist books, like Disarming the Narcissist. And
recommend me like on text, like few. I would love that. I would promote it like and let people read that as well, because we want to give people the right perspective.
Yeah. Because and Unmasking Narcissism by Mark Eatonson is great. I did a book review on that too. And we have to figure out first where this came from. And there's a book that I read or was reading on even shame, learning about your shame. Tim Fletcher's channel on YouTube. He does a whole series on childhood trauma and CPTSD, how to work through your inner child issues, and all of his stuff is an hour long. Even just learning about these things and you spreading the truth about stuff, it's not excusing the behavior. A lot of people were like, you're just making excuses. And it's like, oh, my mental illness is making an excuse. Fuck you. Would you tell somebody in a wheelchair to walk, and if they can't, they're making an excuse? No. My brain is broken, bro. So you're basically shaming a retard. Thanks. Thank you. You're a piece of shit. Get the fuck away from me. I'm not even going to help you. If you come at me attacking me, sometimes it depends on where my mental state is. If I feel like aggressive, I'll shame the shit out of you and then block you. If I'm feeling more calm, I'll like link you a video that I made that'll bring you better understanding. Or I'll say something, to try to get you to understand better, if I'm not in attack mode. And I've had many people, say, I wanted to hate you, but you've helped me understand. I feel better. I
like in a community.
Yeah. And that, or they'll say, they really hated their ex and now they understand. And now I hope that, and that now they have great hope for their ex and now they can move on too. Because acceptance is the end of grieving, right? And victim channels and stuff keep you in anger. They keep you in anger and revenge. All those motherfuckers out there talking about empath. I'm an empath, and yet I don't like people. Narcissists don't like people with empathy. We don't, because you're weak. You're too easy to fuck with. We want you to combat. And we end up turning you into that combative person, and then you go off saying, now I'm an empath that went supernova.
Oh my
You're
God, that shit is so bad and funny. I honestly, I was like, okay, I don't think if you are an empath, you would go out and be like, I'm an empath. That you don't have to keep proving yourself. It just shows.
yeah,
That's a codependent. And the number of people in my life before who said I'm an empath, but they were actually a narcissist over the entire time. And I was like, you don't have to keep telling you don't keep telling someone that. Like that's not empathy.
I know. It's a grandiose feature to be telling everybody I'm better than you.
Mhm.
I have more empathy than you. I am better than the narcissist. You're grandiose. You're
Mhm.
showing your grandiosity, you
Mhm.
know? It's just like, um, if you grew up in a healthy, childhood, there's supposed to be empathy dumping into you,
Mhm.
child. Um, and so empathy is normal. That makes you human.
Uh,
And what you're saying is I'm superhuman and I can become a supervillain. It's like, what? And then I see these videos that are like, it's the empaths against the narcissist, like it's God against the devil. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening right now? You know?
The
But
video first was one of the funniest things I've ever seen, a supernova thing.
yes, the
It
supernova,
was so
or
good.
the dark empath, which is basically a
Dark empath. Wait, what?
psychopath. So you're a psychopath. You shut on and off your feelings.
Huh.
You're a psychopath, saying that, you're this magical villain. What? It's an oxymoron. I have empathy, but it's dark. What? I'm just like, you're mentally ill. You're mentally ill. What's happening? It's so bizarre. And I just laugh at this shit. But what's really sad, now that shit's laughable, but what's really sad is the Bible bumpers who
Oh my
are
God, no, 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 no. Oh
really
God.
calling us demons. And I mean, like if we flew out of hell and everything, I'll tell you, I was okay with that label a long time ago
Yeah.
because it's really cool to be feared. And the world fears Satan. Awesome. I'm fucking Satan. You're afraid of me,
Mhm.
great. But now I'm just like, all right, I'm just, that's me being grandiose, and that's me being, still seeing you guys as below me, fucking cattle. It's not helpful. It's not helpful. And if you want a narcissistic person to get better, there needs to be information about their struggles and a community to be helpful, to make them feel safe to get help. Because if you're demonizing somebody, our parents already demonized us, made us feel like we were nothing. And now you're telling us that we're nothing still. We're going to stay in the shadows. We're going to hate you. And one time I said, I told a commenter, she was being so mean.
Why do they do that?
Well, they're transferring their anger from their ex onto me.
So
So they were so mean to me. And I said, you deserved to be abused. You deserve it. I'd abuse you too. Such a piece of shit. I didn't say the piece of shit part, but that's what I was thinking, But I used to go on victim channels and not victim channels, victim groups,
Okay.
and just reading in how much pain they're in. And I would get this like this energy boost because I don't want to be forgotten. And when I saw that they were in pain, I would just be like after a breakup or something. So I'm going to go and I'm going to go to these abusive things. And then I'm going to see that you're in all this pain and stuff. And it would make me really fucking happy. Okay. You are in pain. So that's another thing is, you know, I don't want you to be in pain now. I don't want you to be in pain. I want you to, go through the grieving process where you understand it's a mental disorder. It has nothing to do with you. It does take two in a relationship, but you're going to learn about yourself, you know, and we're the, you know, the shitty teachers. We taught you something about yourself that you need to fix within yourself. Stop trying to get it from an empty vessel. And then you're going to move on and have a fucking great life. And then we're going to teach somebody else the fucked up lesson. it's don't never be jealous that you're not back in the hell zone. I'm jealous that you know he or she is going to get treated well for a couple months and then they're going to be in hell, you know. Or I'm jealous of the honeymoon stage. You can honeymoon stage with anybody, dude. You know, you get into a relationship with them, you're always going to see the perfect painting of them, you know. And a lot of people who don't heal themselves, you're just going to keep attracting narcissistic people. You're going to keep attracting cluster Bs because you haven't worked on your own shit. You are going to continuously be like, falling into the ego trap. Oh, they love me, I'm perfect. Oh yes, I love this feeling or whatever. If you're addicted to that, get rid of them after the love bomb stage, dude. Just fucking soak up all that good shit and then bail. Soak up all that good shit, bail. If that's what you want to do, if because a lot of people who are attracted to narcissists, you're bored in a healthy relationship. You don't know how many fucking people I've talked to that are like, I'm addicted because normal healthy relationships are boring. And it's like, because you haven't worked on yourself, you dumb dick. You got to work on yourself so you understand what real love is. And it's not going to be boring when you are an active participant. Because right now you're with a toxic person and it's just chaos, love and chaos, where you're not working on yourself. They're not working on them. And you're only trying to work on pleasing your partner or repairing the, you know, fight. That's your whole relationship, you know. Destruction, repair, destruction, repair, destruction, repair, crying, I feel empty. Let me, and then sex and everything, you know, the makeup, it's so intense. And you're not going to have, you're not going to have those types of intense makeups with a normal person, you know. And, but guess what? You can't have the intensity without that pain. So what's more important to you? The pain to have that massive fiery makeup, or do you want to learn about what real love is so you can actually grow? Because love is growing, you know. You're growing with your partner. With the narcissistic partner, you're going down to nothing town, man. There is no, you know, okay, let's repair and burn. And then over time, the roller coaster starts going to a flat line, right? You're getting nothing from your partner anymore, you know. Even breadcrumbs are just like, fuck you, breadcrumbs, man. You know, you're just sick of it, you know. And then you're going to leave anyway. But what? So we've been talking for 2 hours.
I'm so sorry. It's like early in the morning for you. Hope you're not tired.
No, I'm talking. Well, you see me on my lives, man. I go for a long time. I don't even pay attention.
Oh, thank you, Yash. Oh, he's complimenting you. Oh. Oh, oh yeah, Mihir, I hope that answers your question though about the infatuation thing.
You
Okay.
can. Well, during the infatuation stage, now depending on if you're in a relationship with a borderline or a narcissist, a borderline really believes that you are soulmates right away, you know. With me, I can see something of value in you, you know. You're fucking like, you're either really popular or like you're a real bad criminal person because I used to be fucking attractive criminal. Um, or you're because I really like the big egos that my partners had and stuff like that. And I will see cool things about them, and I'll be like, oh yeah, I want that partner. You know, he's at my level. This is fucking great. A borderline will mirror you and be like, and I just talked to one the other day too, so it's fresh in my mind, is they can't help but they don't know who they are at all. So they're going to take on like a chameleon all of your characteristics and everything that you are.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, that makes sense because it's happened like I feel like okay, are you me now? Because like after like I feel like
Yeah.
you picked up on the same music taste, same things that I used to do. So
Yes.
yeah,
Yes. So they become you. And then when they break up with you or you break up with them, they don't know who they are anymore. You know, they're not mirroring you anymore. They don't know who they are. And this is when they could self-harm, or they'll go and be like, I got to get a new tattoo or a new piercing or dye my hair purple or some shit, right? I need to find a new favorite person or jump into a relationship right away so I can start mirroring all their stuff. So that's real for them. That's real for them. With me, it's you better bring something of value into my life, and I have to like you. Something about you. I can talk myself into a relationship with somebody because of a few really cool traits that I like about you. And I won't look at the other shit right now. I'm just going to push that shit aside, you know. And I know I'm doing this though. I'm like, I'm going to push that shit aside. I'm just going to focus on this cool shit about you. And yeah, that I have always done that. Only my trauma bonds did I feel that it was real love, because abuse is love, you know. With every other relationship, it was like, what do you have that I want in my life? Okay, you're popular. I love, you know, my ex-husband was an extrovert. I'm an introvert. I felt like he loves to talk. I don't.
Okay.
So he can do all the talking. And that's great. Even my first boyfriend, he loved to talk. And I'm like, so they like to fill up the space, the dead space. And I didn't have to do shit. And I'm just like, oh, I love this. I love this. You know, I don't have to fucking do nothing. They're doing all the work. This is great. And because there's a lot of anxiety when I always have to be the comedian, and I always have to be the spotlight's always on me all the time to keep the relationship on fire. There's a lot of anxiety. So anytime I would be talking to my borderline person, I'm telling every single time I was like, am I going to be able to perform for this motherfucker? Every single time. And I was able to do it every time. But I just had that doubt in my head every time. This happens also when I go to parties or big events, or, you know, if something has to do with me, you know, because I'm talking on here, but I mean, it's behind a screen.
Correct.
When people, I'm so much anxiety just working myself up to go to this fucking event, even if it's a family gathering, I have to put on a show.
Yeah.
I have to mask up for family, going to some coworker event thing. Anything. There's a lot of social anxiety going down. And I fucking hate it, man. I hate it. And my ex-husband loved it, but over time, I stopped going with him to things. I stopped wanting, I was like, oh, you're cool because you're an extrovert. So I can just tag along with you and you create a party all on your own. I fucking loved it if I had to go to these functions. But later I was like, I don't even want to go to these functions anymore. I don't even want to go. So he's going to these things alone and I'm staying at home and I'm happy being at home, but he now is feeling neglected. It's like he wants somebody that goes to everything together. He really wants somebody to, I really think that these fuckers want borderlines, dude. I really do. Because I'm not going to give you all that mirroring attention. And they really want that. They
I've seen
really want
borderline like relationships. And oh my God, they last really long. And the abuse is bad, but like I've seen them last a while because it's just like fireworks, 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 fireworks. I'm just like, okay, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a
yeah. I can't do borderline relationships anymore. One was enough. I can't do that ever again. I understand, what a trauma bond is. So I understand that that's not love. And I can't give the borderline person all what they need because, I'm empty and you want me to fucking give you. Nothing I give is good enough. Nothing I give is good enough, and over time, I'm not going to want to give you so much anyways. And you're going to get mad at me and you're going to abuse me. You're going to cheat on me. You're going to fucking break my things.
Oh God. Oh God.
You're going to maybe find a favorite person. So you're going to take away any attention from me. It's like, it's fucked up and I don't want that type of person. I do not. It's like, because the idealization part is nice for my ego and my low self-esteem, and you're just boosting me up and yeah, love it. But the pain is too much. It's too fucking much. No, I would rather be alone than be with a borderline. I would rather be alone. No, because I've never wanted to unalive anyone so much than a borderline. And I'm just like, I'm going to go to prison. I'm going to go to prison. I can't be with you. No, I mean, they tap into my anger and my mother, who I tried to reconnect with. She would not. She kept crossing my boundaries. She kept fucking criticizing the shit out of me. She wanted to control me. She didn't like what I was saying on my channel. She wanted me to stop talking about childhood trauma.
Oh God. Oh shit, she found a channel.
Yeah. And then she started saying, oh, you're so good. And then she's sending me texts saying, you're never gonna heal.
Oh, good night. Oh
You're
no.
never gonna, and she just, I kept the screenshot. I took a screenshot to remember what a fucking monster she is.
Have you gone on contact?
Huh?
Have you gone no contact with her?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God.
She threatened to go to a lawyer to have take down my channel.
How is
She
that?
told me she told me I'm not helping anybody. And I'm just like, I'm not talking to you anymore. I am done with you.
Oh
You
God.
know, it's
Oh God,
like,
sucks. That sucks. Oh God, that sucks. You have
yeah,
an community standing behind you, okay? I promise you this.
no,
Fucking
I
helping.
know. And I'm just thinking, I just removed her from my life,
Uh-huh.
but it gave me a lot of anxiety when she said that. I was so disappointed that she would try to ruin my whole life and everything I built because of her own ego. It's like nobody knows you, bitch. And
Mhm.
you're thinking that you know, me talking about childhood trauma, which, you know, she helped create this, but uh, you know, she wants to remove all the education that I've built over 2 years of my life,
Mhm.
the hundreds of people that I help. She just turned that to ash with just a couple fucking words, saying yeah. And then she tells me that I'm never going to get better.
Oh fuck
So
no. This
the nice, you know, and I'm just like, you are bringing me nothing good in my
yeah,
life.
she's a big L.
It's nothing good that you are contributing to my life. And what's hilarious is she's like, I'm your only friend. I go, you're not my friend. You're my mother. You know, be my mother. She thought that she could fuck with my life because I needed her. So she doesn't understand that I'll burn the world down.
Mhm.
I don't need shit because you taught me not to need anybody. So you're wrong,
Mhm.
my borderline mother who does need people. You're wrong and you're projecting. I don't need you. So yeah. So when I tell you that we had childhood trauma, dude, we have childhood trauma and they're still around, fucking, you know, with me.
Mhm.
She's going after my children. And I'm just like,
Uh,
oh my God. And now, oh my God. I don't want to fucking talk about her constantly, but
but this
she's
is
really,
just like it's exhausting. It's exhausting.
it's like, yeah, this is why it's like, I'm not coming after you. Borderlines will come after you, stalk you, threaten you, blackmail you, try to punish you through friends, family, mutuals.
Um,
Mutuals. I'm not fucking with your family, your friends, your children, to get attention or to get you back in my life. You know, I'm just and if you're fucking with me, just leave me alone. If I tell me alone, leave me the fuck alone, you know? Um, and if you're gonna threaten me and blackmail me and you know all this fucked up shit, I can react back and I could get you back. I could, you know, do things to, but you provoked it, see? And a borderline's going to get the pain hammer 5 times worse
oh God.
and then play the victim, you
Oh
know?
yeah.
And you really don't want to mess with a really dark person because they could really hurt you physically bad. And those things were going through my head when my
Mhm.
mom was doing this, you know. I mean, this is why serial killers, if you look, not to scare you or anything, but
Oh no,
when
no,
you,
I love this.
when you look at serial killer stuff, which I have looked, studied several different serial killers, and
Oh, nice.
I like looking into their childhood trauma,
Mhm.
and their moms really fucked them up.
Moms.
and
Oh.
mothers. And so when I start thinking about serial killers, I'm just like, I know why they became serial killers. And Ed Kemper,
Mm-hmm.
he actually cut off mom's head
Oh yeah.
and
Oh,
took
yeah, yeah,
and took out her voice box and put it in the garbage disposal because she was sick of her voice. And when my mom threatened me, he is who I thought of. And I was just like, now I know why you did that, because that's what I want to do right now.
yeah.
And yeah, so I fucking get it. I get it. And it's like, but I had to talk myself down off of that, way of
I don't know.
thinking.
It's okay. I think
Calm myself, I had to calm myself down and
Mhm.
then just be like, I'm just gonna no contact her.
Mhm.
And if she wants to try to harm me, I'm not gonna manifest that. I just want her to leave me alone. That's all. Just leave me alone.
Peace, yeah.
She's comes back into my life and fucks with me and stuff. Fucks with my kids to try to get me to fucking,
Oh,
dude. So when I tell you that I don't want nothing to do with borderline relationships, I'm telling you, I don't want to. I don't want to. And I'm not saying that borderlines don't struggle and everything, but there's a partner for you that, is going to enjoy your stuff.
mm-hmm.
I don't. I
I really
don't.
think BPD people should be together. Honestly, that's strongly what I believe.
Oh, I don't know. It's like I don't know how that would balance out, because there needs to be somebody who can regulate their emotions, and borderlines need somebody to regulate their emotions. And if they're both dysregulated, it's because a narcissistic person has, cold and dismissive, the other one's anxious, they're always chasing the narcissist. So if you have two anxious people all the time and then trying to, okay, but then I don't know. I
don't
really
know.
don't know.
I don't know.
It seems like two storms are just, into each other or whatever. So I usually stay with narcissistic type people
Mm-hmm.
who are a little bit more grandiose than myself. Where, or I've always been attracted to the antisocials too.
Oh, God.
But they don't give me enough attention. Antisocials don't give me enough attention. And I think that has to do with my childhood trauma with my father, being isolating himself. So I can chase my dad through the antisocial partner. But now I understand that too. So it's like, I don't know. I have to fix that daddy abandonment thing. So I'm not trying to chase attention from somebody who can't give it, type thing, and then I want to stay away from borderlines for real. And then if a narcissistic partner and myself can keep ego boosting each other, I'm fucking cool with that.
Mhm.
Cool with it, because I won't be in a competition as long as my partner isn't a YouTuber. I can't have another fucking YouTuber because we be in competition. I can't do that. Have a fucking normal job, dude. Or I'm old. Be retired, bro. Do something fun. Have a hobby or a fun hobby that you're making money on, or you're already self-sufficient in your funds, something, where I can be your cheerleader in life, and you
Instead,
cheer me on, and we're not in competition, so that's good for me. I love making my partner feel good about himself. That's the thing, is you're my partner. I'm not going to tear you down, because then I'm tearing myself down. You need to be a badass so I can say that's mine. that's mine. You know, you're a fucking badass, dude. The only person that I was tearing apart was the borderline. I'm telling you, I can't be with the borderline because they make me crazy. They make me crazy, and I just want to punish them. So I can't, because I can't heal with a borderline. I can't. But you know, I want to have a partner that I want to put on a pedestal along with me. They're not above me. They're fucking badass like me. That's mine. That's mine. That's my guy. That's my dude. And I was doing that in my last relationship too. That's my fucking guy. That's my dude. And I would always you know, fucking think that he was great at his work. I was never flattering. I was like, you're just, you know, I love listening about your day and about what you do. I think that you're a fucking great leader. You know, you are. And I'm just telling him things that were real. You're a good father. You do good father shit. Sometimes you let your daughter walk all over you. So I would criticize him in that way. But I mean, other than that, I mean, no parent is perfect. So, you know, I hope he doesn't think I was black and white thinking him that, but I understand if he would though. But you know, I don't want to tear down my person unless you're shitting on me, you know, don't shit on me. And I do want, you know, I want to be with somebody that I admire, you know, I admire you. I think that, you know, I want you to feel good that I'm yours too. So it's like we're a power couple. It's so funny because Sam Vaknin said that too. He said narcissists want to be in a power couple. And I was like, and I already said this fucking a year ago. And I'm just like, and I heard him say it the other day, and I'm just like, yes, I want a fucking, and to be, you're my king, I'm your queen, and we rule the fucking meat sacks of the world. You know, just, you know, the fantasy thinking, you know, I mean, I still have fantasy thinking. I don't think that there's anything wrong with it. I'm not trying to make you be somebody that you're not anymore. You know, I'm not making up shit no more. Yeah. So yeah. Anyways, I hope that was helpful.
Beyond help.
It's now 2.5 hours.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. So I hope you got a lot out of this.
And it's on recording. I just want to say thank you so much for being here. Like, thank you so much. And I'm in this community forever, you supporting all the fucking way. All the fucking way. Also, guys, if y'all haven't subscribed, and also I'll be sending the entire thing on the members group, and I will continue to promote you. I really hope your channel fucking reaches like, and I'm gonna be like, oh my god, I was there the entire time. You, hi.
I know. I figure the people that are ready to move on, they're going to come to me. They'll find me. You know, the people that want to be stuck in their anger and be stuck in a victim or be stuck in I'm better than the narcissistic person, they're not ready to find me. I think the ones that find me, they're like, I want to understand what I went through. I want to fix myself so I can forgive the mental illness part, not the behavior, but the mental illness, and understand the struggle so I can move on and get healthy. So that's what I believe. Those people are the ones that are coming to me. That's why I don't have a million views or subscribers yet, because they're not ready. They want to stay in the pain. It's kind of like the pain is it's comfortable.
Oh, the realization and the pain. I felt, oh my god. Okay, here's the thing, right? I'm an artist, so I low-key did get a lot out of my partner because the pain, I could use it to make art. Like we were low-key like fueling each other in a very fucking weird way. And although I didn't like what the partnership was, it was inspiring. It was inspiring. So I was getting something out of it until I realized, okay, I'm ruminating. We are doing the same thing in a very different way. But this, we low-key, like it's like two empty vessels like banging, making loud
Yeah.
noises. So I was like, okay, this is not healthy. I can admire you, love you from afar, but this is not for me anymore, you know? So,
Yeah.
huh.
Yeah. So I think I believe this too, because when I was doing my trauma bond stuff,
Mhm,
I felt still connected to my partner
mhm,
with all the victim stuff, you
mhm.
know. So I totally understand that. And when people are like, okay, I'm done being in my comfortable pain. And I had, because it's uncomfortable to get better. It hurts worse to get better, you know. You're going to be so much happier
Mhm.
after that. But
That
you
must be
know,
so bad.
it's just watching all this stuff, you get to almost relive it. You get to relive your pain over and over again, over and over again when you watch the victim channels
Oh,
over and over again.
that's why it's like circling back and back and back and back. And I saw
Yeah.
one particular reel, which like I felt like everyone would resonate with. Like since we have like attachment issues, like I think that goes for both narcissists and anyone for that matter. You, because you can't let go of the person, you hold on to the pain because that's the last thing keeping you attached or
Yeah.
disconnected, or like something with the reality, because then you have to come down to reality and it sucks. So the pain is the last thing you can hold on to.
Yes. And I know, and I mean, people come to me and they're like, oh my God, you remind me of your ex. And I'm just like, well, you're going to be here for a while. Gonna, you know, you're going to be reliving that pain through me, you know, for a while. But, you know, I'm always giving a good message on how for you to help yourself too. You know, I'm always trying to insert that into my videos also. So people will want to, you know, I'm trying to plant positive seeds in your head instead of my old person planting the negative ones. You know, I'm switching up my seed bag and I'm gonna plant the good shit to give you a fucking self-esteem boost. You don't need this. You really don't need this pain anymore. It's enough. It's enough, you know. And I know that when people get better, they're going to leave me. They're going to leave my channel, but I'm not thinking in lack, because I mean, this is happening to a lot of people. So, you know, it's like, come on in, get better, go, so we can have more people come, get better, go. You know, it's fine. I want you to get better, damn it. You know,
But the
this
thing,
is my
I'm
promise.
staying. I'm staying, and not because of anything else.
You're
I really love
also,
psychology too, so I'm always staying. Like I'm invested. I'm staying. Okay,
well,
just.
yeah, but I mean, you're not there to you know, live in your pain and shit. You actually want to help too. You know, you want to help people too and understand what makes everybody tick. Everybody's different, you know, to a certain degree. I mean, there's, you know, narcissistic people have their base, and we can act different with different people. And that's what's, you know, then if you get a fucking borderline, it's like, Jesus, fucking Tasmanian devil. No, I don't want it. I don't want it. It's so funny because I think that, you know, my exes want a borderline because they want the extreme chaos,
Oh God,
um,
yeah.
the love and hate, the love and hate, the love and hate. And I'm just like, stop it. Stop trying to make me if you I'm gonna be mean, cold, and leave you. A borderline will chase you, you know, and make you feel, oh, don't leave me. And I'm not going to do that. So if that's what you want, you got to have the pain that comes along with it. If that's what you want. I just wanted my partner to show me some fucking love back. You know, it became just the dead zone. And then he was pushing me away, you know, I can't deal with it. I can't. And the deal with it was me being good. I wasn't being bad. He couldn't handle me being loving. Couldn't handle it.
But that's one too, right? Like that, it's so fucking confused with one. It's a little extra.
Well, because an unaware toxic individual, they want the fight. They want the fight. Remember, that's why trauma bonds, they think it's love because they get the pain. So my partner wants the pain, and here I am saying, but I thought you wanted me to treat you good, and I thought you fucking said that you wanted to be good too. So were you lying? Because I'm not lying. I'm doing this thing. And he was unaware and just push, nag, critique, judge, everything. And gaslight, sprinkles. I mean, it was getting fucked up. And I'm just like, all right, I'm done with this. I love you. I moved here to be close to you. And since I'm a narcissist, I want some positive attention, fucko, and you're not giving me any no more. So I'm out of here. A narcissistic person isn't going to stay with somebody who just gets constant abuse. That's why being with a borderline person, at least they're like, I love you. I hate you. I love you. I hate. And that's what keeps us full, is that big love response. And if you're not going to bring me any fucking good feelings, here, you know, so note too, if you're with a toxic person, a narcissistic person, and you're not giving them any fucking good feelings, they'll leave. They'll leave. They'll leave. And if you're having home base and they can handle the abuse from you, they'll just cheat on you. So you really have to have, you know, be like, all right, am I just going to be abusive, or am I going to keep this person happy by giving them love and hate? Or, you know, am I going to be okay having them in my life and them cheating on me, you know, or am I going to leave, or am I going to leave, you know? Because some people are in relationships where, you know, the partner is bringing in the money. The woman doesn't want to have to do the daycare, child care, pickup, drop. You can, but they're fucking just happy at home. And they'll turn a blind eye to the cheater because he's fucking at least bringing in the paycheck. So, you know, it really depends. Sometimes the man, I've seen the man who's bringing in fuck tons of money. She's saying that you're not doing enough. Oh. And I'm just like, okay, well, look how much money she would get if you got a divorce. And would she be okay with that? And she told him, I would rather, I'll divorce you. I don't care if I'm poor. And I'm like, she's lying, but she would rather go down with the ship than fucking ever compromise with you over money. And he has such self-esteem. He has such low self-esteem that he's gonna fucking stay with her and let her control him. And he had a profile picture at the gym with muscles and shit. So I'm thinking he's the narcissist for the body, you know, the body narcissist. You know how there's somatic and cerebral. So the cerebral is what the one that's using their brains, and then there's the one that uses their body. I'm like, okay, well, she's really abusive. She does sound like a fucking narcissist. And it's all about, giving me attention for my body. So on the inside, he's probably, has low self-worth, that he's trying to get all of his self-esteem boost from his body, and he's not going to leave her. He's not. And at first I was like, because she sounded just like me, I'm like, oh my God, she's got it made. She's got it made, because you're never going to leave her. You're bringing all this fucking money. She threatened to abandon you, and you're fucking scared. I'm like, she's got it made, man. She's got it fucking made with you.
That's the thing, though.
So sometimes I have been kind of envious of abusers in the beginning.
Abuser?
Yeah, because the victims that I talk to, they just they let their abuser get away with so much shit. I'm just like, oh my God, they're so lucky. And I'm just like, I'm trying to let them know, and they're laughing at now, because I'm just like, oh my God, you are the perfect supply source, because you are letting yourself, you're taking all of their shit and you're letting them come back. I'm like, I'm a little bit jealous, and they're laughing though, because it's like, you being grade A supply is not a crown you should be wearing ever. You being the perfect abuse victim is not fucking, no, do not wear that sash. You need to be the worst supply, so they don't want you and they won't come back, And I'm just like, I mean, I used to have that delusion too with, it's like, I'm the baddest motherfucker in the land. You should be wanting me because I take your shit. Even my recent ex, it's like, I was so fucking cool, dude. You're fucking, and then it's just like, I was letting all your bullshit go and everything. And I'm just like, it's because I was letting all that bullshit go. And here I am telling you guys, don't wear that crown. And I'm like, look at me, motherfucker, look at me.
I think
And
it's
I'm just
common.
like, oh my God, you're so stupid. I'm so dumb. Yeah. So, but I realize it's like, but at least I remove myself, I remove myself. But I mean, I go through the same feelings that you guys have with your people. Just sometimes I think, I mean, if it's not a trauma bond, like I said, I can move on quicker, only because you were devalued throughout the relationship, and then we go through a mini grieving process if we don't jump into the relationship right away. So that's another thing is being in a relationship with you. If you're being devalued already, they could be grooming somebody else to jump into, because they don't want to be alone. And then after they leave you, they jump into the new relationship. And then people say, they just left me out of nowhere. It's like, no, they've been breaking up with you in their head for a long fucking time.
Oh yeah.
And yeah. So when you understand that, you don't see it as such a cold release of you, because they were already releasing you slowly in their head over time. It's still fucked up. It's still not a good feeling for somebody to just throw you in the trash when you were trying to throw everything you have into this person. And don't forget that when you throw everything you have into somebody else, you become the narcissist. You are empty. Yeah. And then you're almost masking up and you're fake. Because when you walk on eggshells, you're masking up. You're fake. You're fake around your narcissistic person. You're masking for them. You can't be authentic.
Yeah, it's
You
like,
can't be authentic.
oh
You
god.
can't talk about things. Yeah.
Okay.
So
I just have
you
to
have to see that you.
Oh my god, I was gonna, please complete, please complete, please complete. Oh, no, because Yash wanted to ask you about Mr. Chicken, so um
Okay, yeah. Okay, I'll tell the story and then we'll be done. It's like okay. When back in 2012, I saw Mr. Chicken at a bookstore. And I took him out and I started talking with him and everything. And I thought, oh my God, this puppet is so fucking bomb. And I made a tiny video with Mr. Chicken. And then I posted it to Facebook and everybody loved Mr. Chicken. But I put Mr. Chicken back and I walked out of the store and I'm sitting in the car and I was like, all right, I need that. So I went back in and I got the puppet. And after bringing him home, I would start to make videos with him for my Facebook friends. And I would, when I would be talking, I wouldn't be 100% authentic. And then Mr. Chicken would say the truth of what I'm actually thinking. Okay. So when I started doing this, I'm like, he tells the truth when I want to lie. So anytime I would be doing my videos and I would be too, I would want to hide some truths, I would look at him and he would, who's me, my alter ego would tell the truth and shame me. So I better just shame myself or Mr. Chicken's going to do it for me. So I'm just like, okay, support puppet. So Mr. Chicken is being my support puppet, telling me, tell the truth. Don't lie. Just tell them like it is, like you used me for in the past, you know? So I'm just, so that's how he came to be. And then I'm just like putting him in my fucking support puppet, Mr. Chicken. And, you know, I grew up with stuffed animals my whole life. They were my protector too. That can also show you the narcissist's arrested development, where our emotional intelligence is stunted at 5 years old. You know, when I was 5, I needed all my stuffed animals to protect me. So Mr. Chicken. It's not that, you know, I'm all into fucking chickens and everything, but he's a badass fucking puppet. I mean, I've had him for, you know, 10, 11, 12 years. And so he's getting pretty fucked up because I washed him and everything, but he was so fucking cool. And he's got a great mouth. And, you know, and I've also made a couple videos with Mr. Chicken. I was also thinking of just making shorts with Mr. Chicken, having him talk about, you know, narcissistic shit or something, you know, because shorts are only 50 seconds, you know. And wouldn't you rather get some truth bombs from him and I'll just do the long videos? I don't know, dude. I'm just making up shit. I don't know.
It's okay,
But,
Tom. I have a support of it too, actually. So I think
yeah, and then I did a raffle where I got another Mr. Chicken, and the new Mr. Chickens look just a little bit different, but the same. And I did a raffle, and then the woman who won Mr. Chicken, her Mr. Chicken, and then she made me a bracelet, and I let Mr. Chicken wear it as a necklace. I know, it's so funny. And then I would get appreciation mail, you know, I may look calm, but in my head, I've already pecked you 3 times.
Listen, are you going to like merch? Because I will look, you would love that, like mugs, like Mr. Chicken mugs, because I think like coffee mugs.
Yeah.
Because you love drinking. Like I've seen you like always have a cup. So I feel like it'd be really nice if we have like a
Yeah, I have my killer clowns from outer space. So yeah. Yeah. I just what I really liked was getting postcards, appreciation postcards. And I would hang them up on my wall and stuff all over the place. It was really cool. It was fun. But anyway, so if anybody ever wants to do one-on-one with me, you hit me up on my email, clusterbmilkshake@outlook.com, and then we can set something up if you
I
want
will
to.
be sending it on the entire group. So a lot of people weren't here. So they've been following your videos for a long time. It's like around 80 members on the group. So I'll be pinning it up there. And as for your promotion, I will keep putting your email there so people can contact you. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
No? Okay. Yay. Thank you so much. Bye, Mr. Chicken. Okay. Do you think we could do a namaste before you leave?
There you go.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a wonderful day.
Yes.
Meeting you early in the morning.
Namaste.
No?
Okay, so are you gonna shut it off, or am I just bailing?
Okay. Okay, I will shut it off. I'm so bad at this. I feel this is like the one where you can't cut the call. Okay, wait. I'm gonna just cut the call. Okay. I feel
Okay.
so bad. Why do I feel so bad? Okay.
We'll see what happens.